Hi, Jeremy Crow here. I just wanted to talk about the concept of perfection. Uh, you hear this quite often in the occult world, um, where people will say, well, you cannot achieve perfection while still in the body. Now, usually it's just said just as plainly as that by people that you would normally think of as New Age or something along those lines. Uh, and in more ceremonial magic circles, you'll hear people say that you cannot become Magister Templi, or sometimes they'll say you cannot become Ipsissimus, which is basically the highest levels of initiation possible without leaving the body. That you cannot achieve those highest levels of perfection without leaving the body behind or transmuting it in some way. You cannot, in your body, become perfect, is the concept that you hear very, very often in the occult world. And I think that it is based off of a more body negative viewpoint of the world. It's this concept that people have that the physical body is somehow evil, or that there's something wrong with it, or that the desires that the body causes in you are somehow impure or sinful. These types of concepts, I think, are what make people believe that they cannot achieve perfection while still in the body. And it got me thinking, well, what is the definition of perfection? What does perfection even mean? And really, doesn't perfection need a definition or something to judge it off of? And what is that ideal? What is perfect to you? Because what's perfect to me may not necessarily be the same thing. So I decided to go to dictionary.com and check it out. So, perfection. The first definition is the state or quality of being or becoming perfect. So it really just brings back to itself. So what does perfect mean? Conforming absolutely to the description or definition of an ideal type. And the example it gives is a perfect sphere, or a perfect gentleman. So there we go. You know, somebody could be a perfect gentleman and be in their body. If you weren't in your body, I don't know how you could portray the qualities of a gentleman. So in that case, you could say that you cannot achieve perfection if you don't have a body. So conforming absolutely to the description or definition of an ideal type. Now, I know idealism is a philosophy in itself. So let's look up what ideal means in the dictionary. 1. Conception of something in its perfection. Okay, so it's just referring back to perfection, so we'll move on. A standard of perfection or excellence. A standard of excellence could be what perfection means. So it's back to a standard again. So what is that standard that you define as perfect? Number 3, a person or thing conceived as embodying such a conception or conforming to such a standard, and taken as a model for imitation. And the example given is Thomas Jefferson was his ideal. So dictionary.com is essentially saying that Thomas Jefferson lived up to his own ideal self of who he could be, and was taken as a model of excellence for others to emulate. That's pretty good to me. So there you go, folks. You can achieve perfection while still in the body.